Do you pride yourself in the games that you complete based off their difficulty? Do you have a passion for punishing platformers? Well, rejoice! The Super Meat Boy series returns to the mobile scene with Super Meat Boy Forever. Get ready to jump, dash, and punch your way through a new adventure, this time as an auto runner. Dr. Fetus is at it again, and you must navigate your way through multiple stages and worlds. Even if you're looking to just make your way through the base levels, you can easily sink in several hours, not to mention unlocking additional characters and skins based on how well you do in each level. At a price point of 99 cents, it is a no-brainer for fans of the series or for platform lovers in general. But let's break down what makes it so special. Super Meat Boy Forever is the same hard-as-nails level of gameplay that you remember. There were several moments where I wanted to throw my phone across the room in a good way. This is what allowed the original to gain such a cult following, and this iteration does not stray from that level of demand that it is asking from its players. Given that it's an auto runner, I had some trepidation early on about what it would be able to throw at me to keep me entertained. Thankfully, I found that it exceeded in this department, as every couple of levels I felt that there was a new mechanic introduced. Also, believe it or not, the game and its levels are randomly generated. I am surprised by this, but early in the game you will input a seed, and this will determine the configuration of the levels and placement of enemies. I tested this out on a separate seed on just the first level, and there were some variations, with the second being a bit harder. This being a feature is a feat that deserves some consideration on its own. One thing that I would like to mention before I move on to the next topic is the discussion of glitch worlds. These were incredibly unique, and many of them were allusions to retro titles. As far as the story goes, it's super simple. Dr. Fetus kidnaps Meat Boy and Bandage Girl's child, Nugget, and they have to save her. While the plot is superficial, the cutscenes that progress the story are anything but. Between worlds and after defeating bosses, you'll be greeted with high-quality cutscenes that progress the story, and one that makes everything that you put into achieving it feel like a great payoff. I'm also incredibly thankful that there is a theater mode in the main screen so you can watch all of the animated cutscenes in quick succession when you're done. Most importantly, you get to see more clearly how Nugget steals the show in every scene that she's in. There were a few things that may cause you to reconsider. The first is that it took a bit of getting used to, as Super Meat Boy Forever is not the platformer that the original was. Rather, it's an auto runner, meaning that your character moves to the right until it hits something that causes you to turn in the opposite direction. This was a bit jarring at first, but it did eventually get used to it. I remember that the original also felt especially like this near the end, where levels required precise timing as soon as the level started. This game does not shy away from that philosophy. This caused me to not complete the Dark World. This is because to unlock the levels, you have to complete the main levels at record time. I know my limitations as a gamer, and I don't want to put myself through that again. I did, however, complete all of the Light World levels, and the glitch minigames, and the glitch world. Unfortunately, I was not able to unlock all of the movie scenes, as I'm assuming completing the Dark World is a necessity to do so. So alas, I'm sure I'll see them eventually. The unlockables are another feature that I missed out on, as to unlock them you have to obtain pacifiers, which are often in hard to reach locations. Another minor gripe that I had was that the game did feel like a bit too focused on trial and error. Not in the sense that you learn from your mistakes and apply it to the next level, but rather I had this feeling from section to section. I'm so thankful that this game had checkpoints. There were a few instances where I completed a section on my first attempt, but in most instances, the level of reaction time needed to do so was insane, and more often than not, I found myself dying because there was a frame-perfect timing required to do something that I had less than half a second to react to. Don't get me wrong, this is what makes Super Meat Boy the game that we love, but I can see how for many this can get overly frustrating. I can happily say that you should get Super Meat Boy Forever. It's one of those games that separates the casual from the hardcore gamer. Additionally, there are some wonderful animations that will likely put a smile on your face. If you've never played a Super Meat Boy game, I can assure you that there are a few games that are both as satisfying and as frustrating as this one. That alone is enough to warrant its price tag of 99 cents. And if that's not enough to convince you, remember that these are the same developers that brought you games like Binding of Isaac. Hopefully, you give this game a try. If you have any recommendations for me to review, leave it in the comments section below. While you're there, feel free to let me know what your favorite mobile platformer or auto runner is. Otherwise, stay tuned in to Gaming in the Moment.